Hare Krishna, I welcome all the devotees. On behalf of Kanai Krishna Prabhu, Nitya-dāsa Krishna Prabhu, and all the other devotees here in Sri Nitya-dāsa. On the Friday, very, very auspicious day, all of us. But you were asking me, it's like a Sunday feast program here. I said yes. Your Friday feast program.
Friday feast.
So we're very fortunate on this very, very auspicious day and during this next 1 week to have with us His Grace Kanai Krishna Prabhu. सब लोग समझ रहे हैं मेरी भाषा पढ़ो? हिंदी अनुवाद पीछे कोई करे? समझ में तो क्लास है ना? तो प्रभु जी पहली बार यहाँ पर आ रहे हैं. First time this comes to Kanaiyyadesh is our great fortune. And all the way is coming from Shri Ram, Govardhan Ji, Vrindavan. For the sake of our benefit and my own purification,
Yeah, you can keep.
the brief introduction
Adapter is needed.
Prabhuji is a disciple of His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, and he joined this movement in year 2001. After completing his graduation, which is again engineering from Pune, he worked for a few years in MNCs like Honeywell, FMR Corporations, as an Oracle consultant. After 6 years of working,
Yes.
he joined as a full-time brahmachari in the temple, which is called NBCC Pune. And afterwards, now Prabhuji is handling or is running services at different capacities. Like he is one of the members of ISKCON Shastrik Advisory Committee, which is one of the very prestigious highest committee in ISKCON in terms of Shastrik reference or Shastrik. Somebody has some dispute or clarification. So this is the committee which resolves the conflicts. And he is one of the members along with His Holiness Swami Maharaj and other Vaishnavas. And also now he is serving currently as he is the director of academics at ISKCON Bhagavad Mahavidyalaya, which is situated in Govardhan.
Yes.
And is serving as the dean of academics in the branches at Germany and North America. He is a traditional Sanskrit scholar with expertise in Paninian grammar, Sanskrit commentaries on Bhakti Shastras like Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Sandarbhas, and other literatures of Gaudiya Vaishnavas. As well as courses, he also teaches courses like Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav, Bhakti Vedanta to worldwide students at ISKCON Bhagavad Mahavidyalaya Govardhan and overseas as well. And yesterday I was also discussing that apart from this, Prabhu also is a keen learner. So now he is completing, after having this much accomplishment, he is learning or he is going to complete his postgraduate in Sanskrit and philosophy. This is my own example of how this Shastra is so important. Prabhupada wanted all of us to read Shastra very deeply. Prabhupada mentioned in Bhagavad Gita at the very first chapter, first verse, that we should read the scriptures very scrutinizingly and in the association of devotees. So we are very fortunate to have Prabhu here in Kanaiyyadesh for the first time, and we hope that he will continue to come here. And in this batch, this trip we are going to complete with one module of Bhakti Shastri batch also, which is the 4th batch of Kanaiyyadesh. And so many of you are going to participate from today evening. So that will continue from today evening till the next Friday. And morning session will have the different aspect of the literatures, Gaudiya Vaishnava literatures. As long as we have these holidays. We don't do 3 days or 5 days. If 5 days, all 5 days. If 3 days, 3 days. So let's welcome Prabhu in Kanaiyyadesh by taking Shraddha Prabhu name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
So first and foremost, Prabhu, I'm very grateful to all the Kuwait Yatra devotees, Yashomanti Nandan Prabhu, Braja Prakash Prabhu, Prabhuji,
Asiman Krishna Prabhu.
Shriman,
Asiman Krishna Prabhu.
Siman Krishna Prabhu, and all other leaders of Kuwait Yatra. I'm very grateful. Yes, Hare Krishna. I'm very grateful for having me here, and my humble obeisances to all of you. Actually, it's an inspiration for me to see all of you. You know, I yesterday also I was speaking to Prabhuji that, you know, I reside in Govardhan, you know, where the rickshawalas and plumbers and everybody says Radhe Radhe, you know. So in circumstances over there, it is so easy to practice bhakti. But in circumstances where it is difficult and still all of you are practicing bhakti, actually it's an inspiration for me to receive. It is so wonderful, meaning to see such a wonderful gathering, the kind of preaching that all of you have done. It is very fabulous actually. And I can tell you, Prabhu, really, I will go back with a great inspiration that I should do something more in bhakti. So very wonderful. Thank you so much for gathering today. And I'm really grateful for all the welcome reception that I have received. Hare Krishna, my humble obeisances. Vancha kalpatarubhyashta kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam bhavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Pinda ki jai. So we'll begin with a short Radha Madhav Kirtan and then we discuss about today's discussion we'll have. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivara Dhari Jaya Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tera Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तनम की श्रील प्रभुपाद की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। टुगेदर ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले सोऽयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरद्विषे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा। So very happy to be amidst all of you. Between the speaker who speaks and the audience, one who listens to, Shrota or Vakta, though, who do you think is more important? Shrota is important or Vakta is important? How many are for Shrota? Anyone who said Shrota is important actually? Nobody? You are all Shrota? You should be from Shrota's side, no?
And Parikshit Maharaj. He mentioned like the Sota was important because of him only Sukdev Goswami could
So,
speak.
Prabhuji is quoting very nicely, Shastra. Thank you. Yes.
Speak to the wall if nobody is
Okay. So, we'll speak to the walls. Okay, so let's see. How many are for Shrota? Audience is important actually. Between audience and speaker, audience is important. Of course, you are all humble Vaishnavas, so you will not say that. But imagine you are the speaker. Imagine you are the speaker and then tell who is better, who is important. Speaker is important or audience. Okay, so very nice, humble Vaishnava. How many think speaker is more important between Shrota and Vakta? Speaker is more important. How many think neither of them is important? Both are not important. Prasadam is important. Prasadam is the most important thing. Shrota Vakta आए कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. प्रसाद है ना, हाँ ठीक है. Like that. Okay. And how many think both are important? Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you for. There is a Subhashitam in Sanskrit. Subhashitams are well said. They are good sayings, some moral teachings. Kim karishanti vaktarah yatra shrota na vidyate nagna kshapanaka deshe rajakah kim karishyati. Kim karishanti vaktarah. वक्ता लोग क्या करेंगे? What will the speakers do? यत्र श्रोता न विद्यते, जहाँ श्रोता ही नहीं है. Prabhuji said they'll speak to the four walls. So that is exalted consciousness. जहाँ पे श्रोता ही नहीं है, वहाँ वक्ता लोग क्या करेंगे? And then Subhashitkar gives a drishtanta, example for driving home this point. What is that? Nagna kshapanaka deshe rajakah kim karishyati. What will a washerman do? Rajaka is dhobi. धोबी वहां क्या करेगा जहां सब नागा साधु रहते? He reached a place where all are naga sadhus. You know naga sadhu? Naga sadhus don't wear any clothes. तो वहां धोबी क्या करेगा? कुछ कर सकता है? उसका क्या काम है उधर? So nagna kshapanaka. Kshapanaka means sadhu in Sanskrit. So nagna sadhu deshe rajaka kim karishyati. So actually, what will a speaker do if there is not a sincere audience to hear? Krishna Katha needs a very wonderful audience actually. Yes, as spirited preachers, we want to speak Krishna Katha no matter who comes, who doesn't. But then the Shrotas, the audience which is sincere and eager to hear, that's the heart of Krishna Katha actually. So an audience like all of you, who are so sincere and eager to hear Krishna Katha, that's the heart. And then any speaker, even an ordinary speaker like me, will be enthused to speak because everybody is so eager to hear. So coming to the original question, both are important. Let's resolve both Shrota and Vakta, both are important. All right, yes. But then it is certainly that the aspect of Shrota is glorified a lot. Hearing is the first principle in Bhakti, isn't it? Shravanam. It begins with fundamental Shravanam. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu. So first comes Shravanam. And for Shravanam you need the very properly, one who is in a very proper state of mind, that kind of Shrota. So that's it. So if we have such an audience, then Krishna Katha becomes so wonderful, isn't it? And our process is to do Krishna Katha. We are not like silent meditators. Before I came to Krishna consciousness, way back in 2001, I used to go to one meditation, was silent meditation, there. So what do? You enter in the room and just sit silently, So when I entered, everybody was sitting silently. So I tried to, hey, shh. Sit down. So, silent meditation, like that. And 1 hour they made us, sit silently like that. So at the end of 1 hour, I said, anything to eat or like some refreshment? No, nothing, go, get lost. Like that. No. So silent meditation and no prasad. That was my, first impression of that particular organization. When I came to ISKCON, devotees were, Hari Bol, Hare Krishna, Hare. So now this is exactly opposite. Silent meditation, and these are like, even if I said, Prabhuji, where? So that Prabhuji was so enthusiastic. I asked, Prabhuji, where is the water? Hari Bol, Prabhuji, water. Like that. So I said, yes, okay, where it is, I'll go. Like that. So will there be prasada? Hari Bol, big feast prasada. Yes, 12 items. Just wait. Like that. So he was like, so my impression completely opposite. And then, I thought now 1 hour there will be lecture. But first lecture that I heard was a very short lecture, half an hour, and after that there was this huge feast of prasadam, like that. So as soon as those two experiences, I said, this is the place I should be. This is the best place. I want to be in this place, like that. Because I thought silent meditators, people, they did not give me anything to eat. Here at devotees, no, prasadam means, it's not like outside prasadam, no? Small prasad lijiye, like devotee, prasad means plate, you are serving in the plate. Plate mein prasad hota hai, this type. So actually, it's such a joyful process, isn't it? And especially the heart of this process is this aspect of wonderful Krishna Katha. Prabhupada said that, Prabhupada was a very witty person. He is a person who is from Vaikuntha. So, naturally humor was very natural to him, very pure, witty humor. So, our process is to do Krishna Katha, right? Kirtanam. Kirtanam can mean do Krishna Katha. It can also mean doing chanting of the holy names, kirtans, everything. So Prabhupada was somebody who brought the kirtan to the whole world, isn't it? So there was this hippie boy who said to Prabhupada, Swamiji, my spiritual master has told that silence is golden. Silence is the ultimate truth. Prabhupada said, how does he preach that? You understand? मौन ही परम सत्य है, तो फिर इसका प्रचार कैसे करते हो आप? अगर मौन ही परम सत्य है, तो फिर यू कांट स्पीक इट, आप बोल नहीं सकते उसको, नहीं तो फिर आपने अपनी फिलॉसफी वायलेट कर दी. You have violated your own philosophy, like that. So Prabhupada said, how does he preach that? And the boy was like, Prabhupada said, go take prasad. Don't worry, you will not be able to, resolve that. Another time, one boy came and asked Prabhupada, Swamiji, is it not that the silence is the ultimate truth? Prabhupada said, yes, it is for you. So you keep silent, I will speak. You should keep silent. My philosophy is, Kirtanam is the highest, so I will speak. Your philosophy is silence is highest, so you remain silent. I will go on speaking. So he was like very special personality. He would answer in different ways. At one other place, there was one pseudo spiritualist, who was teaching a lot of incorrect teachings. And then this boy came to Prabhupada and said, Prabhupada, my guru has taught that those who speak too much, they are not wise. Those who keep quiet, they are the intellectual ones. Prabhupada said, a fool is undiscovered till he opens his mouth. मूर्ख व्यक्ति तब तक पता नहीं चलता जब तक वो मुंह नहीं खोलता है. जैसे ही मुंह खुल जाए पता चल जाता है कौन है वो. Like that. So Prabhupada just gave the opposite conclusion, and the boy was wondering, actually it makes sense. If somebody is keeping quiet, how will we know what he's speaking is whether right or wrong? So Prabhupada was like that, very wonderful. He drove home the points in a very witty manner that way. So that's our process, and that's why what I want to say is this whole aspect of sharing Krishna Katha, coming together and discussing Krishna Katha, this is actually heart of our Vaishnavas, life. It's very wonderful. Everything in our life will fall in place if we do this thing properly. Coming together, chanting the holy names, doing kirtans, discussing Krishna Katha. Even amongst the 9 processes of devotional service, Shravanam, Kirtanam and Smaranam, first three are considered to be most important. Within them also, Shravanam and Kirtanam are considered most important. Shravanam is fundamental, while Kirtanam is most powerful. But Kirtanam, unless and until one does some level of Shravanam, one is not qualified to do Kirtanam. But these two are finally said to be the supreme processes, Shravanam, Kirtanam, that way. So that's how, as Vaishnavas, if we focus on this, then it would be most wonderful. Practice of Krishna consciousness will be very nourishing to all of us, like that. This is sort of an introductory session only. We will not get into too many details of it because the session has its own contents and all. So actually this is a presentation in itself. It's a long presentation on how Bhagavatam is the best Praman, out of which I basically want to talk about the aspect of the overview of Vedas and what are the challenges in studying the original Vedas in current times. Why do we want to discuss this first and foremost? See, when we talk about the spiritual life, once we understand its importance of spiritual life, right, especially on the basis of the Vedic scriptures, then the Vedic scriptures are so many. So what should be read? What is that we should focus on? Because Vedic scriptures are a lot, many scriptures are there. There are Shrutis, there are Smritis, there is Nyaya, there are Pancharatras, Itihasas, Puranas, Brahmanas, Aranyakas, Upanishadas, so many scriptures. So what is that we focus on? Now, for most of us who primarily don't have a background in Vedic scriptures and all that, that sort of question itself may be surprising, that, oh, okay, there is this whole gamut of Vedic literatures, and from there, what should I study exactly? Because most of us are directly introduced to Prabhupada books and we know that this is what we should study and we should conclude. But the Vedic literatures, it's a very vast realm. Shabda Praman, there are three Pramanas, right? What are the three Pramanas? Anyone? Pratyaksha, Shabda and Anuman Praman. These are like very popular, three of them. Actually, there are 10 Pramanas, but three are very popular in that. Jiva Goswami speaks about 10 different Pramanas that they are there. So, three are very popular. So now when we talk about Shabda Praman, within that also so many Vedic literatures are there, right? Especially outside India, you may not see people, studying or reading all this and all. But in India, when we used to go out for book distribution, they would say, Ravan Samhita hai kya? I said, Ram Samhita hai, Ramayana. Ye Ravan Samhita kyun? No, Ravan Samhita chahiye. Ravan Samhita, right? What people, so they want so many of the things. Ravana was certainly, he was a wise person, no doubt. But then he was demoniac in that particular aspect, right? So, some people are inspired by Ravana also, right? His life also. That's all. Then at other times they would say, Bhikshuk Upanishad hai kya? Bhikshuk Upanishad, So typically in India, this scenario where there are like so many Vedic literatures and people want to take up some aspect and read and, like that. So we had to tell, no, we have Bhagavad Gita, we have Krishna book, we have Bhagavatam. And then we had to convince them many times that how this is the essence. So Prabhupada would tell a very nice story. All of you know jackfruit, कटहल जानते हैं ना सब? तो कटहल को काटना कितना कठिन रहता है? I can speak in between some Hindi? Okay. So kathal, some of you must be knowing how cutting jackfruit is not that easy. I used to do seva for deities to cut the fruits, Vaikalika Bhoga. And then jackfruit cutting, I would say I had to give it to someone. I cannot, because you have to put oil, it's all very sticky. You have to put oil and then open up the jackfruit. And it's time consuming. It's not that easy that way. So Prabhupada would tell a story. He would say, imagine that the jackfruit nice ripened jackfruit is cut open by someone, and he's taken all the trouble of removing the seeds and all, and that first class pulp is served to you on a platter, and he says, this is offered to Radha Sham Sundar, and this is Krishna Prasad, jackfruit Prasad, take it. And then you take it and you see, oh, this is not the original jackfruit. Where is the original jackfruit? The one which is, huge thing like that. So you said, that is this only. Actually, I took trouble of opening it up, cutting everything, nicely washing, and I'm serving you the final essence, the pulp, jackfruit pulp. No, I want the original jackfruit. Arey Baba, it's a trouble. It's a big trouble. Why? You are going to eat only. Oh, you are going to hit it too. It's someone by that. No, I want the original jackfruit. So then you give him the original jackfruit, whatever you want to do. And then that huge original jackfruit, what can you do with it? You have to cut and all, it's a trouble like that. So similarly, when we give people Bhagavad Gita or when we give Bhagavatam, people say, original Vedas hai kya? Do you have the original Vedas? This is the whole, this is the essence of that Veda. Everything is nicely cut and given by Lord Krishna himself in Bhagavad Gita or in Bhagavatam like that. No. Original Veda hai kya? Right? So they want the original Veda, that particular aspect. So Prabhupada would say it is like asking that original jackfruit that way. Actually, the whole Vedic scriptures, the essence of that is in Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. So you are getting everything without the trouble of going through so many literatures and all that. So Srila Jiva Goswami in his book Tattva Sandarbha, he has spoken on what are the challenges in studying the Vedas in current times. Because the Vedas are so many of them. 4 Vedas are very popular. Anyone knows? 4 Vedas. Yes, Proj? Rig, Sama, let him speak. Very nice. Rig, Sama, Yaju, Atharva, or Rig, Yaju, Sama, Atharva. So these are the 4 Vedas. And these 4 Vedas, they within themselves have lakhs and lakhs of verses, originally speaking. What I want to show you now is how much of that original Veda is available today. Even if I want to give you original jackfruit, let's see how much jackfruit is available, first of all, if somebody wants. So, here is Srila Jiva Goswami, where he talks about, instead of putting the first slide, I put the next one. Yes. See, if Apaurushaya Shabdapan is the highest, then why we should not study the original Vedas? That's the question that he raises also. Srila Jiva Goswami gives 3 reasons why study of original Vedas is difficult. So can someone read the first reason? Yeah? This one? Dushparatva.
They are not available in entirety.
Yes. Someone else? Even if you don't read Sanskrit, it's okay. You can read only English.
Their meanings is highly
Abstruse. Yes. And then third one, someone else?
Their commentators interpret the meaning in contradictory ways.
Okay, thank you. So, when it comes to the vast, world of the Vedas, see, these are the challenges in studying these Vedas in today's times. They are not available in entirety. So, especially let's see this point. Unavailability of the complete text of the Vedas. So, this whole Vedic scriptures are first time written down at the end of the Dwapar Yuga by Vyasadeva. And when he wrote down all the Vedic literatures, how much of content was that is spoken in Kurma Puran. It is spoken over here, Kurma Puran. So it says that all the Vedas were divided into 1130 branches. So you can see what are those branches. Rig Veda got divided into 21 branches, Yajur Veda into 100 branches, Sama Veda into 1000 branches, and Atharva Veda into 9 branches. If you take all of them together, it becomes 1130. 1130 branches of Vedas. Even if you don't remember this technical stuff, it's okay. What is our conclusion? That's what I want to show you. But the data is directly from Kurma Puran, so just in case some of you need to present it to college students or like that. And every branch of Veda also has 4 sections called as Samhita, Brahman, Aranyak and Upanishad. So Rig Veda has Samhita, Aranyak, Brahman, Upanishad. Yajur Veda has within that these 4 branches. Sama Veda has 4 branches. Atharva Veda has 4 branches. Every Veda has 4 branches each. So there will be some Samhitas belonging to Rig Veda, some Samhitas belonging to Sama Veda, like that. Same way with Brahman. This Brahman is not the Varna Brahman, it's not the occupation Brahman, but it is book called as Brahman. Like you have heard this Shatapatha Brahman, like that. And Aranyakas are books for those who are Vanaprasthas, and finally Upanishads. So typically these Vedic scriptures, they were studied by 4 ashramas called Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha and Sannyas. Brahmachari studied Samhita. They memorized Samhita. So, Grihasthas, they would study Brahmanas, which talked about doing the yagyas, how they can be done. Aranyakas were studied by Vanaprasthas, and Upanishads were studied by Sannyasis. They would study Upanishads this way. So because 1130 branches, so at least there should be 1 Samhita in 1 Brahmana, 1 Aranyak Upanishad in each one of the branches. So Kurma Puran says 1130 Samhitas, 1130 Brahmanas, 1130 Aranyakas and 1130 Upanishads is the total original Veda. This much should be available. You see what is available today. Out of 1130 Samhitas, how many are available? 11 are only available. They are lost. They are gone because of passage of time. 5,000 years back. So Samhitas are only 11 available out of 1130. Brahmanas out of 1130, how many? 18 are available. Aranyakas only 7 are available. And Upanishads 220 are available out of 1130. Out of that 108 Upanishads are very popular, you know that? 108 Upanishads, right? Very, very popular. So, if you see, what is available is just 256 books, 256 granthas. Out of 1130 into 4, 256 out of 4520 is less than 6%. तो आप जो बोल रहे थे ना ओरिजिनल वेदा, that give me the original Veda, कितना वेदा है? 6% Veda is only available. Meaning I give you a book and you know that प्रभु जी ने बुक दिया है, उसमें 100 पेजेस है. मैंने बुक दिया आपको, you found only 6 pages are there in that book. The original book was supposed to have how many pages? 100 pages, but I gave you और उसमें सिर्फ 6 pages है. कहाँ गए बाकी? वो गायब हो गए. So you will say, you only keep the book. Thank you very much, Hare Krishna. Please leave me. Because out of 100 pages, how many are there? Only 6 pages are available. So by reading those 6 pages, can you bring some great conclusion? So this is the point of Prabhupada when he says that, original Veda, if you want, actually it is not available only. Whatever is available in today's Gurukulas, anywhere, universities, all Chatushpathis, schools and all, whatever in India, that is all within that 6%, Prabhu. It's just 6%. So, if you want to draw some conclusion, what is highest, whether Krishna is supreme, people ask such question. Deity worship, it is not mentioned in Vedas. My point is, in which pages of Vedas? Those 6 pages, right? 94 pages are गायब ही है वो, और तुम क्या पूछ रहे हो मुझे क्या नहीं mentioned है क्या है करके? You can't make a big case only. Why is that missing now? You may ask, Prabhuji, why it got lost? Because actually for Kali Yuga, no, those subject contents, they are not so much meant for Kali Yuga people, because Kali Yuga's peoples have a certain kind of brain, they have a certain kind of memory. So what is easily understandable for them, that has been preserved and kept. So this is the case with the original Veda thing. So even if I wanted to give you the kathal, jackfruit, I can only give you some, thoda sa piece le lo bhai. So instead of that, the Shastra says what is given for the Kali Yuga is the Puranas. For Puranas, they are available fully. And within that, the Srimad Bhagavatam Puran, that's considered to be the highest. So you see this, so much of Veda original is lost, but the Puranas are not lost. Gita is not lost. Mahabharata is not lost. Ramayana, is it there or not? 24,000 verses. Today they are there or not? They are there. Mahabharata, 1,10,000 verses. They are there or not? They are there. Bhagavatam, 18,000 verses. है क्या नहीं है? पता चला भागवतम मिला और उसमें 5-6 श्लोक है. किधर गए बाकी? नहीं. You still have 18,000, right? 18,000 verses are there. So actually, the point is, this is why, especially in today's day and time, what becomes important is the study of Bhagavatam. Because this Bhagavatam gives the same message as Vedas. It is known as Panchama Veda, 5th Veda. You have heard that, right? Panchama Veda. So Puranas and Nitya-dāsas, they are known as Panchama Veda. So they give the same conclusion of Bhagavatam. They give the same conclusion of original Vedas, but in a language which is easier, in a language which can be understood by the common people of Kali Yuga, like that. No? So when we talk about challenges in studying the Vedas in current times, this is the first challenge. You don't have it only. What will you do if you don't have only this particular stuff? That way. And that's how it's very, very important that we focus our attention, especially on scriptures such as Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. In fact, Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, he in 700 verses, he summarized the whole thing. Bhagavatam is also 18,000 verses. Krishna ne socha hoga, 18,000 bhi kaun padhne wala hai. Right? Let's speak in 700 verses the whole essence of all the scriptures. And that too Krishna has spoken. भगवद गीता भगवान ने ऐसे कोई प्रिपरेशन करके बोली क्या? कब बोलना है भगवद गीता? कल बोला है, मेरे को प्रिपरेशन को टाइम चाहिए, थोड़ा गिव मी टाइम फॉर प्रिपरेशन. Was it like that? Krishna prepared. Sometimes we have to give class, right? And then the devotee says, Prabhuji, today speaker did not come. Please give class. Arey Prabhu, I want prepared. I need some time for preparation. Krishna did not prepare anything, right? He just spoke so effortlessly, Bhagavad Gita. And that scripture is considered the essence of all Shastra, you can say, which he just spoke just like that. Just like that Krishna spoke. Shesha Shesha Mukha Vyakhya Chaturyam Tu Eka Vaktratah Dadhanam Adbhutam Vande Paramananda Madhavam. Sridhar Swami glorifies Shri Krishna in the beginning of his commentary of Bhagavad Gita. Subodhini, that's his commentary on Bhagavad Gita. He says that Anant Shesh, उनके कितने मुख है? भगवान अनंत शेष हजारों तो प्रमुख है, अनंत है actually. Unlimited heads he has. शेष अशेष मुख व्याख्या. भगवान अनंत शेष के अशेष मुख से भी जितना चातुर्य बोला नहीं जा सकता है, उतना भगवान ने एक मुख से ही बोल दिया. भगवद गीता. He is glorifying Krishna like that. शेष के अनंत मुखों से भी जितना चातुर्य बोला नहीं जा सकता, उतना अनंत मुखों से नहीं, एक मुख से बोल दिया. ऐसे परमानंद भगवान श्री कृष्ण को मैं नमन करता हूं. Like that he glorifies. So you see, actually Krishna is giving us that, ready-made jackfruit on a plate. You take this, you learn this scripture, and your life will be sublime. Like that. So, as a practitioner of bhakti, if we just focus on these two scriptures, even within Mahabharata, so many stories are there. So we can discuss those stories, they are wonderful stories and all. But entire Mahabharata is compared to like a necklace, very beautiful necklace. And then there is this most beautiful pendant in the midst of the necklace, right? Similarly, Mahabharata is like a huge necklace, and that pendant of Bhagavad Gita is put in, you know. So you sometimes, even if you have the necklace और उसमें pendant ही missing है, आपको क्या लगा, अरे इसका pendant कौन लेके गया? ये वही तो main चीज थी, that way, right? But otherwise, even if the other structure is missing, but you have the pendant, आप कुछ chain में डाल के पहन लोगे उसको. Yeah, because you have the main thing, Chudamani, that Shiromani, the main pendant or the money is there with you. So similarly, Bhagavad Gita is like that. You have the conclusion of Shastra. So Vedic literature, Shruti, Smriti, Nyaya, so much of it is there. But the point is, these two scriptures, Bhagavad Gita and then Bhagavatam, they comprise the essence. If this essence is understood, our life will become extremely sublime. That's you could say a key takeaway of today's session actually. That's what I want to convey. Each one of those scriptures like Samhitas, what they speak, Brahmana, that's more like a detailed study that also we do in this whole course. But my point is to tell that the most important essence of that particular scripture is put into these two books. And that's why Prabhupada focused especially on Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, you know. So if we talk further about difficulties studying in the Vedas, there are further points also, that Vedic Sanskrit is very difficult. And you know, one of the specialities of Vedas is they don't tell much story. They tell you, you do this, you don't do this. They are not in a mood of telling some story. Bhagavatam is glorified by one great scholar of Bhagavatam known as Vopadeva. You have heard this name, Vopadeva. He was a 13th century scholar from Maharashtra and a devotee also, this Vopadeva. And he said, different Vedic scriptures speak in a different way. He said, Vedas speak like a king, like an authority. If a king is talking to some people to do something, वो ऐसा बोलता है क्या? अरे कर दो ना. ऐसा बोलता है राजा? यार कर दो रे. ऐसा होता है राजा का. क्या कहता है राजा? Do it. Don't do it. King speaks like a king. If king starts speaking like this, यार कर दो, तो कौन राजा है? फिर वो आगे वाला राजा होगा. The person who is in front, he is the king, right? Then, so you know, king speaks as order. Do this, don't do this. So Vedas have that tone. Vedas speak like that. They speak like a master. So Vedas will say, Tad Vijnanatham Sagurum eva abhigachet. भगवान का विज्ञान जानना है तो गुरु की शरण लेनी पड़ेगी. लो नहीं तो निकलो इधर से. Like that. You have to. And then you say, but why I have to take? No, you should do it. Like should, there is this. So that's the one tone of speaking of scriptures, like a king. Then there are Puranas who speak like a friend, you know. Like father sometimes tells something to a child. Don't go out to play. Like that. And child wants to play, you know. So then he is not willing. He says, what this father always tells me, don't go out to play. So then his friend says, नहीं सी, अरे पिताजी क्या कह रहे हैं कि ये टाइम पे मत जाओ करके, तुम्हारा स्टडी, you perform the study and everything and then go, like that. And then because friend is speaking, so the child says, अच्छा ठीक है, okay, ऐसा, okay ठीक है, करते हैं, you know. So now you see, this is a different way of speaking, right? So Puranas speak like this to you. They speak like a friend. They will say, so one should not offend the Vaishnavas. Okay, why I should not offend the Vaishnavas? Hey, these Vaishnavas also offend me. So they'll say, you should not offend the Vaishnavas. I'll tell you a story. What story? Amrish Maharaj. Amrish Maharaj and this. So then, oh, okay, this happened to Amrish. Oh, he was taken everywhere. Oh my God. You want that happen to you? No, I don't want. So will you offend Vaishnava? No, I'll not. See, this is how the Puranas speak. They speak like a friend by giving stories, by telling you, देखो कैसे होता है, ऐसा होता है, करोगे कि नहीं. दोस्त लोग इसलिए तो चाहिए ना जीवन में, है क्या नहीं? मित्र क्यों चाहिए? क्योंकि मित्र हमें समझाता है, अरे ये अच्छा नहीं है हमारे लिए, ऐसा नहीं करना, एक ऐसा होता है, मैंने भी पहले एक बार अनुभव किया. And then the friend tells so nicely. So that's Puranas. Purana Mitram. Veda Swami की तरह बात करते हैं. Veda speak like that. Purana speak like a friend. And the Kavyas, there are Sanskrit poetries, they speak like a lover. This is another way of talking, like a lover. Like husband and wife are there, right? So wife can really convince her husband, isn't it? कुछ है तो. So she knows the art of speaking in such a way. I mean, a loving wife at least. I'm talking about, right? A loving wife, a chaste wife. She has this art of speaking. And then the husband may not be convinced, but then when wife speaks and she wants to, she speaks about all the benefits and all that, and then she convinces finally. So that is even more intimate. Friends have a certain relationship, but relationship between a husband and wife is even more intimate because there is some ultra sweetness in that, right? Even amongst the rasas, Shringar is considered the topmost. Below that is Vatsalya, and then below that is Sakhya and all that. So that's how the Kavyas speak, the poetries speak. The poetries, it can refer also to poetries within the Vedas, like that, within the Vedas or within the Vedic scriptures. There are many wonderful poetries. So Vopadev says, so Vedas speak like a master, Puranas speak like a friend, and the poetry speak like a lover. And he says there is only one scripture which speaks in all three languages, that is Srimad Bhagavatam. Just it glorifies like that. Bhagavatam, he says, Bhagavat Tattu Tridha. Bhagavatam speaks in all three ways, he says. So you are someone who are like a master, you take orders immediately, you should do this, okay, I will do this. Then Bhagavatam speaks like that. You say, no, but why should I do this? ऐसा कोई है क्या भाई जिसकी कोई story है कि somebody performed like Bhagavatam has that also. And Bhagavatam in 10th canto and all these places, it is ultra sweet also. You know, it is telling you that this Bhagavatam scripture, it is not only great scripture, but it is also very sweet scripture. Sometimes greatness is very attractive, but if the person is not very sweet, still you want to keep away, isn't it? Somebody is very great, but like he is also very grave. तो लोग थोड़ा नजदीक जाने से डरते. हाँ, प्रभु जी तो महान है, लेकिन मैं चला जाता हूँ जरा. प्रभु जी is okay. But then, you know, greatness, sweetness, both the aspects, they are Krishna's personality, right? Krishna is like that. And Vaishnavas are also like that. Prabhupada was like that. At one side, he was very strict, but on another hand, he was like so sweet that anybody could approach. Air hostess could approach, gardener could approach, watchman could approach, jail authorities could approach him. Anybody could speak to him. He was like that personality in this way. So we see that this aspect of both greatness and sweetness, that's there in the Bhagavatam. And that's why right in the beginning, Bhagavatam invites all of us to taste the rasa. Nigama kalpataror galitam phalam shukamukhadam ritadrava samyutam vibata bhagavatam rasamalayam muhuraho rasika bhuvi bhavuka. Vibata bhagavatam rasam. And drink this juice of Bhagavatam, like that. It's a very nice verse actually. It's a Rasika verse. The verse addresses Bhagavatam as fruit also and juice also. So both the words have been used there. Fruit also, juice also. Because as soon as you say only fruit, तो फिर fruit में खाल फेंकनी होती है, गुठली फेंकनी होती है. तो मतलब भागवत में भी कुछ रिजेक्ट करना ऐसा अर्थ हुआ. if you say only fruit, तो इसलिए तुरंत बोल दिया fruit and juice also, because it is out and out juice only. There is nothing to be thrown there. There is no gutli, there is no seed, there is no skin. Nothing is there. Okay, then why not say only juice? Why you are saying fruit? No, that also he wants to convey. Why? Because if you compare entire Vedic scriptures that today we were discussing, अगर सारे वेद को आपने कल्पतरु बोल दिया, निगम कल्पतरु, कल्पवृक्ष का क्या स्वभाव होता है? कल्पवृक्ष पता है आपको क्या होता है? हाँ, आप उसके पास जाके, कल्पवृक्ष के पास जाके बोलो 1000 दिनार दे दो मुझे, कुवैतन दिनार दे दो 1000, तो वो दे देगा। खाने के लिए दे दो, वो दे देगा। हाँ, ज्वेलरी चाहिए, दे देगा। जो चाहिए वो मिलेगा। दैट इज कॉल्ड कल्पवृक्ष। आप बोलोगे कहाँ मिलता है? उस स्वर्ग में मिलता है और फिर वैकुंठ में मिलता है। यहाँ मिलता नहीं तो सबसे पहले लोग उधर जाते थे। इमिग्रेशन में सबसे ज्यादा भीड़ उधर, किधर है कल्पवृक्ष? राइट। सो कल्पवृक्ष, अगर आप वेद को कल्पवृक्ष बोलोगे ना, if you say the whole entire Veda as Kalpataru, the fruit of that Kalpataru is Bhagavatam. So if I would have just said juice, then I would not have been able to convey that idea. I want to convey that idea, that entire Veda is Kalpataru and the fruit of that Kalpataru is Bhagavatam. That's why I used fruit and juice, both the words. Nigama Kalpataru or Galitam Phalam. और फिर नीचे क्या है? पिबत भागवतम रसम। तो ये श्रीधर स्वामी ने ये क्वेश्चन रेज किया है वहां पर, ऐसे क्यों भाई? फ्रूट बोलो नहीं तो रस बोलो ना, दोनों क्यों बोल दिया? एंड देन ही एक्सप्लेन्स व्हाई इट इज स्पोकन लाइक दैट। यू सी, दैट्स आचार्य, हाउ ही थिंक्स, यू नो व्हाई। नहीं तो अपने को तो क्या, अपन बोलते अच्छा रस बोला क्या, ठीक है, अच्छा फल बोला, ठीक है, दोनों भी ठीक, अच्छा है, सब कुछ अच्छा। बट देन दे रेज द क्वेश्चन and then they explain. You see, such a beautiful meaning. If I would have said only fruit, then fruit means I have to throw something, so I have to throw something from Bhagavatam. Oh no, nothing should be thrown. So I use the other word ras also. So both these aspects. So in a tree, the most important part is fruit. Imagine you went to mango tree. Mangoes, they grow in India especially a lot. I come from a region where the most famous mangoes are grown, Alfonso. You know, Alfonso mangoes, very popular all over the world. So you imagine, you know, ripened mango tree, एकदम बढ़िया आम के वृक्ष है जिसपे अच्छे अच्छे आम लगे। उधर जाके हमने कहा अरे जरा जाके वो आम जो है, you know, you bring some mangoes. You went there and you plucked some leaves and came back. ले लो प्रभु जी, leaves. अरे बट लीव्स क्या है? डिड यू ब्रिंग द मैंगोज? नहीं, लीव्स, आम के वृक्ष, ये लीव्स आर आल्सो वेरी ऑस्पिशियस, टेक इट। देन आई सेड नो, गो बैक अगेन, ब्रिंग द मैंगो। सो ही वेंट एंड देन ही ब्रॉट सम मैंगो स्किन और ट्विग्स और ब्रांचेस और व्हाटएवर। व्हाट विल यू से? अरे द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट ओनली यू आर फॉरगेटिंग। इन एंटायर ट्री व्हाट इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट? द फ्रूट. So you are leaving the fruit only and bringing everything else. So similarly, Vyasadeva says the entire Veda is like a tree and the fruit of that tree. In fact, Vishwanath Chakravarti says the sweetest fruit from the tallest branch of the Vedas. That's Srimad Bhagavatam. सबसे उच्चतम शाखा का सबसे मधुरतम फल, that is Bhagavatam. तो वो कौन नहीं चाहेगा? आप सोचो। तो हम लोग वैष्णव लोग पत्ते, खाल, शाखाएं इस पे सेटल नहीं होने वाले। हम लोगों को क्या चाहिए? सबसे उच्चतम शाखा का सबसे मधुरतम फल चाहिए, वेद रूपी शाखा का, एंड दैट्स श्रीमद् भागवतम. So that's all. So that's the essence actually. So in this entire Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, and especially in ISKCON, where Prabhupada gave us the scriptures, this was Prabhupada's the whole contribution, that he gave us the essence actually. Because very less time in Kali Yuga, right? Hardly people have much time to study or practice bhakti and all. Shankaracharya says this, that in Kali Yuga, so much of alpascha kalo, very less time, bhavascha vigna, so many obstacles, like that. So that's why he says, tatsara bhutam, tad veditavyam. That should be studied, which is the essence, like that. Hamso yatha niram ambu mishranat. He said, just as the swan, if you give him the mixture of water and milk, what can the swan do? Yeah, so there is some acid in his beak. So he throws the acid, the water gets separated, paneer gets separated, meaning the solid milk, and he takes only that and he throws away the water, like that. So similarly, he says that a Vaishnava, a devotee, should be able to take from this whole essence, from this whole Vedic scriptures, take the essence. And that essence is, he says, Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam, like that. So that's what Prabhupada has given us. So we take it with great faith and we understand it nicely. The entire conclusion of all Vedic scriptures is there in these two books actually, Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. If we can understand, then we can apply it in our life and also preach it. It will give us the complete conclusion of Shastra. So this is our gratitude to Prabhupada, that he gave that particular essence. Otherwise, we would also be looking for that original jackfruit. Coming back to that, किधर है वो original jackfruit? और इधर बाकी सब खा रहे हैं मस्त बढ़िया है. तुम ढूंढते रहो original jackfruit, like that. So we should not become that case. So that's Srila Prabhupada's glory. Srila Prabhupada ki, Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. So any questions we should take, Prabhu? Or you tell me. Any quick questions, or we should stop?
Maybe one question we can take.
One question, okay. Actually, Prabhuji should give comment. Please forgive me if I did any mistake in presentation.
We learned so much. My question was like, we talked about our six Goswamis, Nana Sastra Vicharana and Nipunan. Nana Sastra, here we just saw what is available now. So 500 years back also, these were only the available institutions which had, and we went 6%. Or that time it was, is there any detail of like...
Correct. See, whole Jiva Goswami wrote this book in 16th century, Tattva Sandarbha, from which I quoted. Basically, it is all based upon his work called Tattva Sandarbha. So, he is speaking about an era of that time only. And even at his time, what is available was so less. You can imagine. He is saying Dushparatvat, meaning it's unavailable, what to do. Now, what was available at that time, that is also not available. Meaning, even from that, a lot is lost. Like I can tell you, as a reader of commentaries, sometimes Srila Jiva Goswami quotes certain verses from Padma Purana. Today I go in Padma Purana, I don't find those verses. So they are lost. These famous verses, Maya Vadam, Asat Shastram, Prachannam, in today's edition, they are not there. He quotes history of Shukadev Goswami from Brahma Vaivat Puran. Today I tried to find out, it was not there. So you see, it's getting lost further and further. But especially with the Vedas, what he speaks, it's like the case right from that time. This way. So this is the case. Thank you.
It was coming very small question. It was in my mind, like we now have touched Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. We have not touched CC.
Yes.
So here it is because we are now going with the other sects who only considers the authorities like these scriptures which are coming from Srila Vyasadeva.
Absolutely.
Then when we go in an open place where the people are from different places, so we don't speak this even which will be more suited, which is more suited.
Yes.
But we are not speaking because of we are just considering their
Absolutely.
So that is the reason.
That's the reason, yeah.
So I was thinking is like among us because he
Yeah. This was because we began with that Shabda Praman, no? So Shabda Praman, Apaurushaya Shabda Praman basically refers to all those scriptures which were given by Vyasadeva. So within that category, we have handled. As you said, Chaitanya Charitamrita, once we understand these conclusions in path of Vaishnavism, Chaitanya Charitamrita is a revered scripture, no doubt about it. But if you talk to a Sri Sampradaya Vaishnava, then he may say, well, what is this Chaitanya Charitamrita? I never heard of it. So that from that angle I spoke. Certain scriptures are Vedic scripture. So these are all Vedic scriptures that we talked about. Certain scriptures are Vaishnava scriptures and certain are Gaudiya Vaishnava scriptures. These are the various categories. So we'll put Chaitanya Charitamrita in Gaudiya Vaishnava scripture. Vaishnava scriptures are scriptures which are talking about Vaishnava ideas and they are applicable in all four sampradayas. While Vedic will be this then. That, so from that angle, as you guessed rightly. Yes. Okay. I thank you all for your patient listening, and some of the concepts maybe were useful for you to learn. Some of the concepts, if in case you could not understand or like that, so don't worry about it, because what you are doing is already the conclusion. So you are already following it. But this is a bigger session actually, so it needs more thorough discussion. So that's why no worries about it. But I really thank you from bottom of my heart for patient listening. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, thank you so much for such a wonderful lecture. The first time we got to know a beautiful comparison of Vedas to the jackfruit, and only 6% is available. I think this can be one of the references that we can give when we actually do the preaching.
Absolutely.
Because we get such questions among the audience.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for enlightening us. So let us all thank Prabhuji from our bottom of heart by taking shelter of the holy name. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Prabhupada ki jai.